What do you think the world would like if we implemented this motion? There will be a significant change in this world. Firstly, if this motion is implemented, the curriculum that has been used so far will also change and adjust. Children are usually classified based on their age. For example, when you are in a grade 1 elementary school, you have to be 7 years old, so children under that age cannot enter elementary school yet. But have you ever thought if the children is extraordinary intelligent but has to survive in a class that can no longer accommodate their intelligence, then everything will be in vain. If we reject this motion simply because it's doubtful that the child will have difficulty on socializing skill, if not placed in a class of the same age, then how will the child develop in the future? Their talents will be forced to be hidden, and intelligent children will be forced to adapt their intelligence to children of their own age. Furthermore, in the current situation, many children are late in realizing their potential or talents because the grouping system based on age still applies until now. Not only that, time that could be used to develop their potential is waiting for their friends to catch up. This age-based grouping system is not only less flexible, but teachers who teach will also find it difficult to handle children who are smarter than their age. They cannot handle the child effectively and have difficulty accommodating students who need to accelerate or catch up academically. We strongly support this motion that this House will abolish primary and middle school years that group children based on age and instead group them by competency and intelligence because we believe children who have average intelligence should be in a place where they can develop faster than silently harboring their true potential. There are benefits to be gained too if this motion is implemented in the real life. So, before we move to our main arguments or the time to layering, there's a few proposal and mechanization that we'll talk about in this point. Implement this motion by categorizing children according to intelligence rather than age. The first point, curriculum change. The implementation of the curriculum will be changed again and overhauled to be more flexible, adapting instruction to meet each individual's needs. The testing can be done at different levels. Students will above average intelligence will get more challenging tests and students with average intelligence will get tests according to their abilities so they can achieve the desired target. With this curriculum test and change, teachers are more flexible in determining learning methods according to the portion of each student. The second point, make assessment relate to intellectual or intelligence. The teacher will provide assessment to students that involve IQ tests, observation assessment, student ability to think critically, and the others. This assessment will be carried out on all students before entering the school, and the students who are considered in line will be placed in the same class and regardless of their age. The third point, continuous or long-term assessment. What is meant by this long-term continuous assessment is that the teacher will be active in fostering student and supervising each student development so that they can determine what this child will do next or what will they plan in the next. This will be done every month. Teacher must actively get used to continuing to communicate with their student and continue to help them develop the talents and potential that they have. Fourthly, alternatives in solving problems in the scope of socialization between students. It is undeniable with the implementation of this motion, students will be placed in a class that is not with their friends with their same age, which can make them afraid to socialize. But there are things that can be done to overcome these problems. For example, school always have extracurricular activities so students can find friends there who have the same interests or hobbies as them without fear or of age difference. Students must also be given special understanding if age is not a problem in terms of friendship. Okay, now, after we're talking about the proposal and mechanization, here's our main argument. The first layer, losses that arise when placing students based on their age. First point, students in age-based group may face peer pressure to conform to the norms of a particular age group. This can lead to bullying, exclusion, and lack of acceptance of students who are different in any way. This can also happen because of the stigma that is instilled by children of their age regarding the limits of one's intelligence according to their age at school. The second point, grouping by age makes the assumption that all students of the same age have the same learning needs and abilities. However, even this even if this ignore the fact that students develop at different rates, because basically the level of intelligence of each person is basically different. Some may be ready for advanced concepts while others need additional support. As a result, students with varying levels of competency may not receive instruction that meets their needs. The third point, then, on the other side, students who have difficulty keeping up with their peers may feel overwhelmed and frustrated. They may be left behind because they do not receive support that suits their needs, and with this, their motivation in learning will decrease because they consider themselves less educated, and this will be ingrained in them if they are students who are not smart and will also affect the future. The second layer enables students to develop more rapidly. The first point, intelligence-based learning often involves skills and experience in today's world. Students gain skill and experience that can be directly applied to the place where they will develop and where they will work later, thus making them more competitive in the job market. The second point, with the implementation of this motion, namely grouping based on intelligence, students are not limited by age limit that require them to survive in a place where they cannot develop. They progress as quickly or as slowly as necessary to master a particular skill or subject. This approach ensures that students really understand the concept and are not simply pushed around based on their age. In conclusion, we, as affirmative team, we support this motion because we believe children who have average intelligence should be in place where they can develop faster than silently harboring their true potential. There are benefits to be gained too if this motion is implemented in real life. We are aware that there will still be a weakness if we implement this motion. But on the other side, we also believe we are capable of overcoming this weakness as we have explained in the proposal and mechanization earlier. So proud to propose.